I just got facial balancing for the first time, including under eye filler and Dysport, and here are the results. So today I'm taking you through the entire procedure, the healing timeline day by day, and what I wish I'd known before I got started. It's a new day. And as I was looking back at footage from one of my old hair growth classes, something hit me. This under eye hollowing is not cute and it's gotta go. After spending the last few months in doctor's appointment after doctor's appointment, I finally made a decision to do something for me. My under eye issue isn't just a matter of needing more sleep. This can't be fixed with an eye cream or eye patch, believe me, I've tried. You might not realize it, but I'm almost 36. In your 30s, you're gonna experience volume loss. It's normal and it's happening whether you recognize it or not. Think back to the baby face you had in high school. Then in your 20s, your face slimmed down. And we kind of view that as a glow up. And in reality, that is your literal fat pads shrinking. That shrinking just continues to yank on your face as you age. I was 31 at that relaxer box photo shoot. My cheekbones were on my darn forehead. That subtle shift downward is making me look sunken and tired. And I already know the stance that some are gonna take. We don't use filler. More power to you. I will not look tired in order to raise my right fist. Black don't crack, but it does raisin. And I hate to break it to you, but yes, Black people do use filler. We really do pride ourselves on the fountain of youth that melanin provides us. But nearly every classic Black beauty you know, from the average housewife of such and such to the most iconic women living, all have a little Botox and filler. You just don't realize they have it because it looks so natural. They've just had access to quality injectors, but quiet as it's kept, you do too. So I knew it was critical to find an injector I trusted. I found Ty Peterson of Exceeding Wellness when I ran into a friend over Christmas break. She just looked so freaking refreshed. Just more youthful and bright. I did not hesitate to ask, what are you doing? Who are you going to? Give me the deets. If you're considering it, make sure you get a good preview of their work. You won't always be able to see their work in person like I did. You're probably searching on social media, but y'all, that Facetune app is real. Look for iPhone quality video. Look for an example of their work where someone shows you the entire process like this from start to finish. And on that note, this is not a sponsored partnership. I just figured there would be people who looked like me, who are about the same age, who were also considering it. She began by asking me, what do you want? She does a facial analysis and then responds with what she can do to achieve your goal. By now, you know my primary concern was my under eye, and via her website, I realized she would recommend doing your cheeks too. They act as a foundation for under eye filler. But I was like, while we're here, I'm not afraid of a little lip plump. We'll use filler to provide that structural support and a little va-va-voom in my lips. But for that under eye, my goodness, it's going to require a two-step process. So filler today and PRP, a process that generates collagen, on another day. She stood out because she specializes in facial balancing. I considered another injector before her. Told her that I wanted under eye. It was like, cool, here's the price for under eye, cut and dry, that's it. And while you might hear that as noble, like good, she didn't try to upsell you. Wrong. That is not the right strategy. Initially, I didn't realize this wasn't a good move because I'm thinking less is more. If I just want my under eye corrected, only get under eye filler. I was also thinking about the stigma. I don't want to look overfilled. I don't want to look fake. When you pull one lever, it can create the need for symmetry in another area of your face. For example, because we added a little volume to my cheeks and lips, I now need to extend my chin just a little bit so everything looks harmonious. I also appreciated her attention to detail in the facial analysis. For me, that was acknowledging what she likes to call petite real estate. You're too tiny to overinflate anything. You've got high cheekbones already, so we're not going to do too much there. Your lips have a pretty shape. We have no need to change that, and you have a well-defined jawline. My jawline was one of the things she actually specified she would not touch. Sometimes the proof of a good injector is actually somebody who tells you no. She's extremely knowledgeable and delicate, and that quickly quieted any fear. I'll add a link below, and if you book with her, tell her Kristen sent you.
You're just reapplying this.
Okay.
But especially before you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning, The lips are going to swell. Tomorrow morning will be the worst of the swelling.
Okay.
And the last thing you want is for the lips to be dry because then they'll crack. This is a little arnica. Are you familiar with arnica?
I feel like I've seen it, but don't know what it is.
Yes. Okay, so it's a natural supplement that helps with healing the skin, helps minimize bruising. So very popular in this world, but also surgery, they would want you to have arnica. When you touch, or say when you wash your face tonight, it's going to be a gentle rub like this, not a vigorous scrub.
Okay.
And everywhere I place filler, which is here, 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 and in your lips, it will feel firm to touch. Okay. Like you're going to feel the firmness here. Just know it'll get softer and softer every day. I don't need you to do what I'm doing. Don't massage it. Just let it sit and do its thing.
Okay. So what did I walk away with? 4 syringes of filler in total and some Dysport. Dysport's kind of like modern day Botox that offers a little more flexibility. She took the cheeks up and injected under the eye from multiple angles. 3 syringes split between my under eye, cheek, and cheekbones. Then 1 syringe split between my laugh line, lips, and chin. Then Dysport on my crow's feet and under eye for that eye-opening effect. And now for the part social media doesn't show you. Everybody posts the after. Nobody posts the I look a little strange right now. Initially, I'm only slightly puffy. This is not the final result, but it gives you a bit of an idea of the amount of volume that's been added. You'll experience fluid retention in response to the injections. The first 48 hours are all about restraint to maintain our result. There's a laundry list of things you've got to stay away from. No working out, aspirin, sunbathing, or alcohol. You've also got to sleep on your back. Basically, if any activity increases heat, blood flow, or pressure to your face, it's a no. You just poked holes everywhere, so we're also going to stay away from makeup. We don't want to invite germs to party on our face. The first day is typically peak swelling.
I can feel it. It's like, it feels like little jelly beans under my skin. But if this is the swelling I had to worry about, baby, this ain't bad.
By day 2, things start shifting. I definitely felt fuller. But here's the key, I didn't look unnatural, just inflated. I feel even more confident in my decision and I can see where we're going. But by day 5, I noticed something interesting. There's one small area where the filler hadn't fully blended yet. But overall, it's given rejuvenation. Now remind me to bring that up at the check-in. Day 10 is typically where most people begin to celebrate, even if it's a little premature because you could look about 90% settled. But small fluctuations are still possible, so you should really wait until day 14 to judge the final result. And this is where beauty, health, cosmetics get layered. I'm headed to the orthodontist. I wore braces in high school, but I lost my retainer, and things are starting to shift. I've got some minor crowding that needs to be corrected. It's cold. So cold. Here's why this matters in a filler conversation. Any structural changes, teeth, bite, jaw alignment, should ideally be addressed before facial balancing. If your bite shifts, your chin projection changes, your lip posture changes. How filler reads will shift visually. And I've really enjoyed my process. The updated way clear aligners work now is much more streamlined than traditional braces. Remember that foam mold that almost makes you choke? Instead, they use a device to take pictures of your teeth. They give me 8 weeks of trays at a time. I switch to a new tray every other week. You don't have to come in for a monthly tightening. Each tray is making those incremental micro adjustments. Luckily, what I'm correcting is minor, so it won't disrupt my filler process. But if you're planning major orthodontic changes, you should address those before layering in extra volume. I don't know about you, but I don't have money to throw out the window on unnecessary filler corrections in this economy. Filler enhances structure, but it doesn't replace it. Bone, teeth, and balance begins with you.
All right, so this is our follow-up appointment, but really our second date. And so the purpose of this appointment is to make sure you love what I did, make sure I love what I did, to also make sure everything feels good, looks good, and then discuss what we plan to do or what would be the best treatment plan moving forward.
Okay.
And then get your feedback on your experience of
Okay.
everything. So before I start running my mouth, I do want to get some real pictures. And again, you're just looking straight ahead, no expression. Wonderful. Now I want you to smile. Okay, and you can relax. Can you raise your eyebrows up? Can you pull together and frown? Okay. All right, so your eyes. Any tenderness where I'm touching? From here, here. Okay. So nothing feels tender, nothing feels sore.
Nope.
You should have likely had some swelling for about 3 or 4 days.
My lips were swollen the first day, but I don't feel like anything else was swollen.
Get out of here. Okay. Interesting enough.
I don't think the Claritin I took was good enough.
And you iced.
Iced.
Okay, good deal. That's very good. That is very that's outside. Most people are swollen for a couple of days, but it's good to know that you weren't, because that can kind of help you gauge future treatments and scheduling around important dates.
Right.
Because now we know you don't need so much time like most people, because you manage your swelling pretty well. Can I feel?
Yep. Or that was as swollen as my lips were, but my face.
Oh yeah, look at Let me see. Oh.
But that was gone. So that's
That's
gone.
day one.
That's day one. But it kind of came down already within like an hour or so.
Nice.
It wasn't bad. Yeah.
Okay, so good. We talked about what area was the most uncomfortable when you were here the last time, but would you say the post-care and the recovery time wasn't as bad as you thought it would be, or?
Yeah, it was not as bad.
Okay,
for sure.
Wonderful. We did several syringes of filler 4 to be exact. How do you feel about your results? You need a mirror so we can talk through.
Love the results. Love the lips. So I've tried a light makeup look with like overlining the lips. Perfect. Love the lips. Okay here. Everything there is good. Besides that, love. Everyone else loves it too.
They do good. Good.
Like a man wouldn't notice. No, they were like, oh, notice the difference, but still like okay with it. Because at this point, so many people have it, they know what good and bad looks like. So like, oh, yeah, get that.
So one thing for me, which is really important, is to keep you looking yourself, right? That's never my goal, is to change how someone presents. I'm here to alter the way you grow wiser and to keep you looking your best self. So this is like before we started, and we can just see how the under eye, like everything's just kind of lifted and just refreshed. You've always been beautiful. We are not trying to create something that was not there. You had high cheekbones, you had fullness in the center. Like these are things that you naturally have, which is nice to have a beautiful room to decorate. So that's kind of what I see there. But I also want to reiterate what I want you to consider for the under eye area, because that was your primary concern, and I know we can continue to improve it.
Okay.
So for that area, we need PRP. If you agree, PRP again is plasma-rich platelets. I draw a tube of your blood, I spin that blood, and I pull the plasma, which is the golden portion of that collection. It has your stem cells, your growth factors. It is the building blocks for collagen. And it is the gold standard to brighten the under eye area and nourish that skin there. And so I would love for you to have that treatment anytime between now and March the 13th. Okay. So that's the sweet spot for you to have that treatment. So that's what I want you to consider.
Okay.
How do you like the size of your lips? It's the size.
Perfect.
Okay, good deal.
Size of the lips are perfect.
Yes.
I told people when I overline my lips, I was like, my lips are on portion.
Is that what you're saying? I like it. So I would tell you to maintain the size of your lips, right? Because we did like a half a syringe there. Usually lips are 6 to 9 months for correction time, just like the under eye, but we did a half a syringe and that was January. So you may, if you want to keep the size, you may want to do another half in the summer.
Okay.
So
that's what I was going to ask you too. What do like tune-up intervals kind of look like for everything? And I guess it could be different for different things.
Yes.
Okay.
And not only different treatments and different treatment areas is very diverse for the client because everyone has different priorities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I know what I need to do to maintain what we've done and to also grow or advance our results to being better, right?
Yeah.
So we did the profile package or the facial balancing package at your visit, and I would say, when is your birthday?
March 20th.
Oh.
Birthday gift.
Okay, so with that being said, because I'm always cognizant about birthdays, important days in your life, and holidays. That's usually how people plan around their tweets. Believe it or not, that
does make sense.
Yeah. So if your birthday is coming up, I would want you to have that PRP treatment in February or the first week of March.
Okay.
Because that'll just be a nice top and refresh for your birthday.
Okay.
As far as filler goes, I would probably, like I said, the half a syringe in June to maintain the size of your lips.
Okay.
But I think probably before the holidays, like November, you may want one syringe just to kind of top off everything.
Okay.
The only time that this kind of fluctuates is if you gain a lot of weight or lose a lot of weight. And a lot is because you're already petite. So 10 pounds, give or take, will make a difference to how your face presents.
That was my next question, because you asked about pregnancy, but I guess I don't know why you asked. But so when you get pregnant, your face swells.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a signal to you to maybe or do I stop getting filler temporarily?
Good question. So I do not touch pregnant ladies.
Oh, okay.
we do not touch pregnant ladies or ladies that are breastfeeding. So no one should touch any client or patient during that time. There is no research that shows that what we are injecting doesn't cross over the blood barrier, and there should never be research of that because that compromises the fetus. So I asked that question because if you had told me yes to being with child or yes to breastfeeding, we would have to stop that appointment and not proceed and wait until you birth your child or you stop breastfeeding.
Okay.
Yeah. So keep that in mind too when you start planning that out.
Okay.
And I can assure you, I have a client who gave birth 2 years ago, and now she's thinking that she wants to start trying for the second child.
Mm-hmm.
So she came to the office. She'll be okay with me sharing this. She came to the office with a large budget, and she shared that budget. She's like, I have $5,000. I need you to double dose me because I know that when I get pregnant, I can't have anything.
Yeah.
So just a little humor.
Okay.
Of course, she didn't get double dose, but I understood what she was saying. Yeah.
Okay. Another question. Facial.
Mm-hmm.
How soon can I get a facial?
So I like, if we're not doing your facials here, then 2 weeks prior to your injectables or 2 weeks post injectables.
Okay.
If your facial is happening here, you can actually do your facial and your injectables on the same day. So for instance, say you wanted microneedling or a diamond glow facial. You would have your facial before your injectable appointment. So 11 o'clock could be your facial and 12 o'clock would be your injectable appointment.
Okay.
The facials just always need to go before injectables.
Y'all let me get all the way home before I remembered that little pocket of filler.
I'll give you this. That's right. I can see it, right? I can see this minor projection there, right? Mm-hmm. I can feel it too, so I know that that's filler. The reason why I wanted to press firmly is because I just wanted to make sure there's not a bruise underneath there. Because if it is, then we would want to wait before we do anything because that's gonna make anything we do today more uncomfortable.
Okay.
And the last thing we want to do is be chasing something that is temporary, right? Mm-hmm. But I smashed, and I'm really, I do want you guys to
Yeah,
say
that
something,
doesn't.
but I can look at you and I can tell when you're in discomfort and you haven't gritness at all. So I don't think so. So the nice part about filler, why I really like filler, is you're not really married to it. So for any reason, if we needed to, we didn't like it, we could dissolve it immediately with a product called Hylenex. It's just an enzyme that breaks down hyaluronic acid real time. You inject it and it's gone. If anything is filler, it's gone.
Okay.
So that is the sweet spot to it, right? Now, in some situations, that is where I would encourage you to consider. I'm not necessarily there because for me, I like this fullness. I just feel like I need more here and I would want more there. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does make sense.
Like I don't want to dissolve it and it gets flatter. I need more volume in other places.
Yes,
okay.
I agree with that.
Okay. so then that leads us to more, right? And meaning another syringe, but also being very conscious of how the syringe is injected so that you get symmetry, right?
Right.
Now, here's another decision tree, right? So we got it. We like the volume. We want more of the volume. How do we want to achieve the volume? Do we want to achieve the volume immediately? That means filler. Like we go in with filler and we do it. Or do we have patience and we go in with PRP, which is a lot of patience because it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks just to stimulate collagen.
Okay.
And it's just a long time.
Okay.
And by that time, this could even be broken down a little bit more. So who knows?
Okay.
So let me look at you.
Well, I came for the PRP.
I know, but I want
you want
to. Yeah, I want to be happy with that too.
Yeah. Now you keep looking at. And I saw it probably the first week. If it's not like top of mind when I came in, I didn't see it. And then now, like you said, once somebody shows it to you, now you keep seeing it.
Yeah.
And with makeup, it like I had blush on, it makes it a little more pronounced. So 3 options. Both, and we split up one today, one tomorrow, or whatever.
Yeah, now and later. Okay, take it.
We can do them both at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can just do PRP.
You got it.
So I'm thinking.
This is more so kind of similar to filler because I need to stimulate collagen deep. I need to feel all underneath the eye. The reason why I need you to do PRP is because I need you never to get back to your baseline, and I need that collagen to just kind of go around our little herniated fat pad instead of always trying to do filler under your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
That is why I need to do PRP. Yeah.
Maybe, yes, another syringe, but let's split them up so I can maybe see the effect of the PRP.
Okay, I like it.
Okay.
I would do filler today. I need to do filler today because I want to see that corrected. I need you to see that corrected.
Okay.
And then you come back for the PRP.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. I know I complicated this. Just to have full disclosure, I also want you to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, so you could be a part of your treatment plan.
Mm-hmm.
And just know.
And I was thinking that when I saw it, I was like, I bet she's going to say another syringe.
If we had enough volume, like you're like, no, Ty, this is like enough. I'm nervous. Then the option would have been to dissolve it, but we are not there. We are not there, and we're not there.
Yeah.
And so
I am. Yep.
Okay, so I gotta know.
Because I do want it to look natural still.
Yeah.
I don't think another is gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not giving like a whole syringe to one side of your face.
Okay,
I'm gonna share it some, and since I'm why not?
Since we're here.
I might do a little drop there, maybe a little drop there, maybe a little drop there.
Okay, that's fine. Or my lips, if you wanna, just a smidge. If you're sharing it, if we're sharing.
So you like it?
I love the lips.
Okay, so we're gonna figure this out. Let's just put some numbing cream on
Okay,
let's just numb your whole face.
Okay.
What the hell? I mean, I can see I'm not opposed to this. Like, I just gotta see how much correction it takes for me to do that. I am gonna put a little Dysport over there too.
Okay,
But
thank you.
I'm gonna comp that. So I was doing their work and did not change our
Oh, I did not.
that you would like to hear.
Yeah, you can do Beyonce again.
Okay. Alexa, play Beyonce.
Just a little fine tuning. It's always better to start with less. To quote Ty, you can always add more. Let's update the count. I now have 5 syringes of filler, meaning a full teaspoon. About 70% was injected mid-base, and then we added the remaining 30% into my lips. I still don't have a full syringe in my lips. She made a post where she compares 1 to 1.5 syringes of lip filler. And I'm below that because filler is not one size fits all. Again, petite real estate. Her work is customized, so this has been the most natural starting point for me. I'm not saying I wouldn't go slightly bigger, but it's always better to slow walk it. Trying to do everything at once instead of getting a little bit and sitting with it first is how people end up looking like an episode of Botched. The most frequently asked question I've gotten so far is, does it hurt? Not as bad as you think. The numbing cream is pretty effective everywhere except for your lips. My goodness, your lips are definitely the most sensitive area. Strategically, she even does them last so the numbing cream sits there longer and they still hurt. They were definitely the highlight this second go round. Okay, so I guess we're starting early this go round because it is burning. It started burning. Probably been home hour and a half after the procedure, and I feel fine here, but in the event later on tonight it starts to bother me, you would just take this and lay it here, and you'll kind of do that for a couple minutes and it's gone, or at least temporarily. My lips smart because I wiped all my lip gloss off. They getting that major rubbing, that typical motions we do. I'm not doing that. Let this do the movement. Don't move the lip smart around your lips, like your lips are gonna be a little tender. And overall, my face feels a little tight. Try to stay away from really big expressions while we heal up for a couple days. So you know the drill by now. I'll take my Walmart brand Claritin. Oh, Jesus! It burns the same. Did not make it. Because the thing is, I'm trying not to open my mouth. I completely missed my mouth. I literally missed my mouth again. So I'm trying not to open my mouth, but it hurt. Opening your mouth too wide, it's uncomfortable. You know, growing up when your mama would threaten you in a store, she's gonna unalive you in the store if you don't stop acting up. You need to talk like that. I'll be talking like that till lunch tomorrow. To me, honestly, feels cold water feels so good. This is the most uncomfortable piece, but it passes. And no, the lips aren't gonna be this big. This is the swelling level. Ooh, they've gotten bigger since I've been home. Oh, Jesus! Oh, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. This feels so good. Just leave these on there for a couple minutes. Ooh. And last time, it only burned that first night. And the next day I was fine. I will go wash my face with my hands only, sleep like I'm in a coffin, and I will see you back here tomorrow. That's a wrap for round 2. We're done with needles for today, and here comes the part I was excited about. Seeing how everything comes together with a full face of makeup. Remember, this isn't plastic surgery. The goal with this was never to look like a different person, just a more refreshed version of myself. But that extra definition from filler makes your makeup pop. So I'm gonna do my makeup really quick and then we'll see how everything comes together.
Because my face, oh, right into my hair. Because my face now has more contouring, I wonder if I need to apply makeup differently. Applying a ton of blush is popular right now, but considering my cheeks are projecting a smidge more than they did before, do I need to pull back in any ways? For the wig wearing girlies, to each their own, but I believe that your wig looks a lot more natural when you melt the lace into foundation. So my wig is not glued on yet. I apply foundation primarily in the places you want it to be visible. For me, that's around here. I kind of back off there. I believe in NARS light reflecting foundation on a daily basis and MAC Studio Fix for full-on production or times when you know you're going to be in a humid environment. Although I've never done a tutorial, I've made a few updates lately. Now the pencil you saw me use earlier, the Sephora brow pencil, oh, I love the skinny tip, but I go through it in a month. I've used 3 of them since, I'd say, late November. Something don't make sense about that. Revlon Color Stay has one, it's like $8. This particular one is not my favorite. It is the exact color I need, but the tip is not as skinny as I prefer. So I'm angling as best I can. But I love that skinny tip to go in and define those individual brows. I did make the end a little sharp to go in there. I used to apply contouring below. Now I apply it on top. NARS bronzing cream, bomb. However, for the longest I've used NYX, and I think this is a better quality. I just wish it came in a stick form. So to help get rid of this, we're gonna go ahead and just use this one. This is medium tan. NARS, I wear number 4. They are just about the exact same color. And if I didn't say it before, so consider all the pressing and blending you do with modern makeup. You want to stay away from makeup as well for the first few days. I just started using Tarte Shape Tape, but I'm gonna go in at the ends. I like to apply a darker color, NW35 here, and define my brows. Going back to the brows, I've gone to 2 different Walmarts, and the skinny tip that looks more like this was sold out. Typically a sign that that is the best choice. Since I didn't chronicle each day this second time, I'm not gonna lie, I had a little freak out. I cannot emphasize this enough. Wait until the end to judge the result. Now, she told me that the way everyone reacts is going to be different. Even you. Because the first time I was swollen for a day and a half or so, no big deal. That was not the case this time. I was swollen until more like day 7. I'd been making these Black History Month videos, and I went to make a second, to make it look like it's the same series. Full transparency. I threw on the same shirt. The first time was during the first process. The second time was this additional layer of this additional syringe. I threw on the same dress. I look like filler. My face is swollen. Now I could have posted that, but I knew that the next post after that was most likely going to be me talking about filler. And of course, naturally, if you're curious, I'd be like, oh, let me see what that girl looks like. And if you looked back through my videos and I looked swollen like that, ugh, it doesn't look terrible. But for those who actually know me, you take a beat and be like, ooh, that don't look too good. I'm on ChatGPT. I just got filler. Here's how I reacted. This time, this is how I'm reacting. What's wrong? And it was like, nothing's wrong. Either your body was kind of retaining water, or it just didn't settle in at the same speed that it did last time. And because you have filler already kind of giving you that boost, when you layered more, it was just more visible. Calm down. I was like, oh, okay. I like to take my brush, foundation on it, should we smooth out that line. I also just got into liquid blush. Love it. My everyday color is this rose like shade from Rare Beauty, Selena Gomez's brand. Love it. Buff this out. Buff this out. Sometimes I'm feeling the nose thing, sometimes I'm not. One tip that I think has been heard around the world that I agree with is setting your concealer. So everywhere I had concealer, I'm setting it with one size. I used to set it with MAC. I did not put any down there. Skin Finish. I also had a come to Jesus meeting with myself. This is medium. When it comes to makeup, a lot of times, I often think I'm darker than I actually am. And I had to adjust my concealer color and the color I was setting with, because you're not as chocolate as you think you are, lady. You need to calm down. MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in dark. So I'm gonna take it down here. And some of these changes I wouldn't necessarily categorize as upgrades. I've been using Fenty Beauty's bronzer since like 2019, 2020. Coco Naughty and Mocha Mami, I mix them together. But recently I've switched to Juvia's Place, and ironically, do they not look similar? She's no makeup artist, but I think I do a decent job. Smidge more definition here. And to answer my own question from earlier, I don't think I'm gonna have to do anything different because of the additional volume we have here. I take Coco Naughty up here. Milani. Luminoso. One size. Most of us are familiar with the trend of overlining your lips. Again, so you saw the lips earlier. They were already on Portia. I think I will have to back down from that a little bit. Let's see. I'm using Makeup Forever, the Artist Color Pencil in Limitless Brown. I like to buff it out. That's enough. Max Cream Cup. I am gonna go up just a smidge. I said, you know what, F it. We are gonna overline a little bit. Yeah, we are gonna overline it. I'm falling in love with Lawless. Lawless lip gloss. Love it. To each their own, but I use basic Ardell strip lashes. Demi Wispies. It's gonna give you some volume but still look natural. I know the individuals are in, but between cost, maintaining them, and there's something with me, I struggle with like the cleanliness of having brows applied and staying on your face. Something about that don't sit right with me. Demi Wispies, or even Wispies, is the next size up if you want to be extra. A natural gradient with a little extra wing at the end. I think it looks natural. You can be the judge. A concealer brush. Dab that area. All right. Okay. This, place filler. Press her down. I have a thin piece of elastic I like to use, but of course, we don't know where that is. Let's use a scarf real quick. Whew, okay. This curl is not doing what I want it to do. So today, I hope I reduced fear, gave you exposure, particularly into someone who looks like you or who may be closer to your age. We have a lot of examples of people abusing filler instead of using it in a more preventative way to prevent sagging and improve your skin health. It truly is a medical procedure. I'm not gonna act like it's not cosmetic, but it's going to prevent you from having major skin issues in the future if you start getting small amounts of filler. We know we're growing older. We want to do that in a graceful way. As I knock on 36, it's my goal to preserve my skin's health and constantly improve as I move forward. Remember, I have less than 2 tablespoons of something that just kind of woke me up. Meet me back here for my PRP appointment. We did our first step, which did help, but we're gonna go a little deeper and attack that collagen to help continue to improve and get things going in the right direction. Until next time, bye-bye.